let's go run down each position, and let's say like the top tier things that that position needs to have to be not just Alabama specifically, but to
Yeah.
be of that caliber of a position. So
Hmm.
let's start at the big. So if you're a center and she wants to get at Alabama level basketball, what are like the main core things that she needs to have to train and work on to say, okay, if I want to get a call from Coach Thompson to be recruited to play at Bama, I need to make sure I have these things.
Yeah. Oh, first, I'm always coming back to the motor, like especially for the five though, man. You gotta have a motor. Uh, but I think other than that, like really getting down to skill wise, like and not even skill wise, just running the floor, rim running, just
Hmm.
knowing I try to be the first one down every single time. Um, Not fouling, learning how not to foul, because we need you in the game. Because I mean, realistically, we don't have many of you. Um, and then understanding how just understanding ball screen coverages, like because you're gonna see it all. So go ahead and have an IQ and understand what every single coverage is and what you need to do in it.
Hmm.
And then obviously back to basket type stuff, but I want you being patient, back to basket, catching, chinning, checking, all the C's, but obviously being able to face up a little bit. Um, I'm not necessarily saying face up from the perimeter and drive, but like, can you face up and have, the mid range game? Can you play off the bounce? Can you get to the rim? Nothing crazy, like literally one
Hmm.
dribble, from the elbow, get to the rim, like something that maybe draws you a foul and gets you to the free throw line to hit free throws that you need to be really good at. And then on the perimeter, can you just handle a little bit? Like just
Hmm.
dribble over to hand it off. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be nothing crazy. Just dribble a little bit, and hand it off and just be confident whenever you're dribbling. Um, but again, you don't have to have superior ball handling skills. Like it's, very simple. We recruited you to be, a post player, not a one.
Hmm.
So can you do, five things, but also can you be versatile and, I don't know. I just think it's really good when they're young. Like again, I want to see you play the 1 through 5, like when you're in sixth grade, like understand every position, so that when you get to college, hey, like maybe you've been a five your whole life, but you also used to be a one when you came off ball screen, so you understand like what a one's doing, So that's a lot of stuff, man. So I doubt if
Yeah.
you find a kid like that, let me know.
Yeah, I'll be calling you, man. Let you know, hey, I got somebody for you. But
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
but okay. Now, what are like the biggest things that you see that can take away from a scholarship? Like, if you do these things, that's hurting you. It's
Mhm.
taken away from the possibility of playing at this level. What are things that you've seen or that you know that can take away from that scholarship?
Um, I would just say like just inconsistent. Like we got to be really good on our end about being consistent, like communicating wise and stuff. But I think the inconsistent, communication without, reasoning. I don't know. Like I understand, like if you going through a lot right now, school or something, like just communicate that. So maybe showing that type of stuff. Because you want to make sure the kid wants to be here, because you're going to be around them every day and they're going to be here around you every day. So you want to make sure, that they really truly want to be here and no one's forcing them to be here. So that,
Mhm.
obviously lack of motor, like you see that. And I keep coming back to that, man. That's so important to me. Like, yeah, I think it's important to all of our staff, but it's really important to me because I mean, you're gonna be working them out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want them getting
Mhm.
like one day they're not feeling it, and then the next day they're working really hard. You're just gonna get inconsistent, you know, uh, production from them. So that bad attitude. If they come on a visit and they're like rude to their parents, I mean, just stuff that you don't, stuff that ain't really like I don't know. Like that's something that might not be said by many people. But that's something that means a lot to me is just being respectful to people that have really done a lot for you. Um, That's pretty much it, man. Obviously, on the court, like if we offer you, we probably know you're gonna stay, doing what you're doing because we're very like when we offer kids, like we really dive deep before we offer them to figure out if they're worth offering or not. So once we offer, we're pretty much like, yeah, we're coming after you because we know everything's in check.
Hmm.
So we do a lot on the front end before we offer to make sure you don't run into that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think the off court stuff is one of I won't say it's the dumbest thing to get a scholarship taken away for because you can control
You can
most of those things.
almost all of them.
Yeah, so
And
I say about 8 or 9 out of 10 you can actually control. So
yeah,
for that to be a reason to get pulled, I feel like that's kind of stupid. So
yeah, which we hadn't had that happen. That's based off of like, just
yeah,
my
yeah,
past and what I've heard and obviously just sitting here thinking about why would I take a scholarship away from you? Like those are things that would stand out to me on why I would think it'd be necessary.
yeah. And I try to get kids to realize, man, unless you're just the top tier of the top tier of the top tier, you can't have stupid stuff going on like that. Like you
Mm-mm.
can't be a goofball that's getting in trouble. Like Zion could afford doing that. Like everybody was gonna take Zion. Like it was
Yeah. Nah, there's certain kids
all
that
right.
you will be like, all right, well the baggage is worth it. We'll get them. We'll help them.
Yeah,
We'll help them out. We'll figure it out. Let's just get them.
but that's the exception to the rule, and everybody wants to feel like they're the exception. I'm like, come on, bro. How many Zions have you seen?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, it's like LeBron. It's like there's a reason why those guys are those guys.
No, that's true. There's not many of them. So that comes back to your point about, just being humble and, respecting the game, man. That's really what it is.